Houston, Texas, home to technological and cultural advances, but for everything going on in this city, the hub is bathed in burnt orange, and it is DKR and the Texas Longhorns. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Texas Longhorns. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. Fielded in the end zone, it's strong. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Longhorns return man hardly helped out the offense with that one. And as we watch this wide receiver come onto the field, when you have a dude like this, you find ways to get him the ball over and over again, no matter what the defense tries to take away.
Yeah, because the defense can't win. Whether you double team him, we're still going to win. And they're going to give him the ball in quick passes. They're going to throw it deep, and they're going to take advantage of him every opportunity they can. They will feed him. They will feature him because he's just that good.
Tackled at the 29. Let's give him 5 on that one.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that one.
Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. On the run, it's Mendez. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He's right on target. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. He gets it out to the 17. The cover unit right there to make the stop. The Crimson Tide offense comes out, and now they'll go on the attack. When you have a weapon like this on the outside, and a guy in the secondary whose job is to take everything away, it's going to be a great matchup, guys.
It's so fun to see how you attack great safeties in the middle of the field. Are you willing to do that, or are you going to try to live on the perimeter? This offensive matchup will be great.
Yeah, normally you'd say receiver versus safety, the receiver's going to win. This safety, though, has got the speed to run with this guy, and he's going to make it interesting back there.
The give on the inside. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
Unloads it downfield. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. That's reeled in. It's Castro. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Comes out throwing on first down. Got a man. It's McGowan. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it. Give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
I think what you love about that opening drive for the offense is the balance. They were able to throw the football. Up into position, and then he carries it in for the TD. You got to be able to keep defenses on their heels, and they did a nice job of that on this opening drive.
And he tacks on the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's strong. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Unloads to the wideout, and his throw is incomplete. Sometimes a quarterback just needs to turn the ball loose. It was like he tried to guide that one in, and it disrupted the timing.
Yeah, and just like in basketball, when you shoot a shot and you start trying to aim it, you really miss. You know, quarterbacks, they got to quickly be able to recognize, do I need to fire it? Do I need to put a little air underneath it? And it's just a tough thing for a quarterback to be able to do, but over time, you see they have less and less mishaps like that.
He's got great speed. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up his offense nicely. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Wide open downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Back to pass, it's Hubbard. He's got it and still on his feet. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bama!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the floor.
Wants to throw on third down. Gets away. But he can't get away again, and down he goes, and the trickeration is not so tricky. And the Longhorns will try to pin them back with the punt. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. Here comes that Alabama offense. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where the open guy is with the football. And they've been up and down the field, David, so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. You've already given up a couple touchdowns. Your offense has got nothing going. Still early in the game. Get a stop. Create some momentum for your offense.
Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They're trying to get to it. Pulls it in. It's McGowan. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Scrambling away. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Looking downfield, it's Hubbard. Pressure coming. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave them a little bit of everything on that one. Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to pound their way in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Alabama! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
21, Texas.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. He's looking to throw. Setting up the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be fourth down. And the Longhorns decide to punt it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
The pull and throw off the RPO. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Scanning the field, it's Hubbard. Throws for the tight end. And that one's incomplete.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted. A third and long coming up here. He wants to throw it again. Looking to the big tight end. He's got an open man. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
This is exactly why third down is practiced every single day. Third and short, third and medium, third and long. It's money down for a reason. You got to lock in. Great success by the offense so far on third down.
Powers forward but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Off play action. Feeling some heat. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And now the lead is extended a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Ohio State is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winners like Eddie George and Archie Griffin in the pantheon of greats in Columbus. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Iowa. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Longhorns hit it quickly to the line. He's going to pass. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And the quarterback just ran out of time there, and they were able to knock it free.
Quarterbacks have got to do a great job keeping 2 hands on the football, especially in passing situations like that, because you know defenders are swatting at the ball. Even if you can't see them, these guys, they're 6'5", 6'6", they've got long arms. They're trying to rip and tug away and get that ball out of your hands. The QB will learn from this play. He's got to do a better job with his fundamentals.
Wants to throw. It's Hubbard. Getting some heat. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Here they come facing 3rd and long from the 20. From the gun, wants to pass. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown tie. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Trying to find his man on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Mendez. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They'll have just enough time to get 1 more snap before the half. He lobs one high down the left side. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a first-rate game so far from Austin today. It's been a fun start to this one, and this offense has really been the story. They've opened up a sizable lead, and unless something drastic changes, things might get even more out of hand. A combination of lethal efficiency, and that offensive line has been the key. They've mauled that defense and also just about broken their will.
Here comes that Alabama offense. They'll keep it on the ground to start the second half. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. Open a drive like that, it opens a world of possibilities. First down from the 43. From the gun, running back gets the give. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down.
This offense all game long has been running really well, and I'm really impressed by how well they've recruited at the running back position. They've got some dynamic players coming into the game at different points, spelling each other, keeping each other fresh, and they're hurting this defense.
And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Gets it out quickly. Tackled, but he has a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Let's go.
Looking to throw, it's Hubbard. Trying to get to it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. After the misfire, now on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Pulls it in. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28, and it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. This one will be a 45-yard attempt, and he'll kick it from the left side. the uprights right down the middle. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
Texas.
He'll bring it out. It's strong. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. From the shotgun, they'll run it. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. 9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Tackled after picking up the first down.
Well, there we go. We finally see some life in this offense running the football. Nice game to pick up the first down. Got to get more of that going moving forward because they have not run it well.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Mendez. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. And now on second down for this offense. They'll keep it on the ground. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. The Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. To the air, it's Mendez. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. They'll line up for a second down play. On the move, it's Mendez. Fighting off the defender. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Coming after it. And they got him for the sack.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they had made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He's going to throw deep right side. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. The Longhorns will bring the punt team onto the field. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll take it on the return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. Wide out in motion. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. They're setting up the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. To throw, it's Hubbard. They're bringing heat. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. Second down now after the sack. Motion from the offense. Quick release by the QB. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He finds his man. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. A new set of downs after the completion. They'll put the tight end in motion. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And the route is on. When he let that go ahead and signal touchdown. He knew it was 6.
And most of the time you hear about those 50-50 balls out wide. Nowadays, with these guys that are so big and strong and so good at going and getting the ball, it's more like 80-20. And you could see just so hard to defend the fade route.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
41, Texas. 0, Texas.
He'll bring it out. It's strong. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Wants to throw on first down. Pocket starts to collapse. It falls incomplete, and that'll do it for the quarter. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's got it on the right. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Noses ahead to the 30-yard. This offense has a second down play. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Oh, it's loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And Sunday is when you get the big hit and force the fumble.
They're testing the right side here. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Leaves it with the back. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. We'll see if they go back to the run here on third down. Wide receiver shows motion. Looking to pass. It's Hubbard. That's incomplete. Tried to set up the screen, and he dropped the pass. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Here comes the Texas offense. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? And you didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
Finds the tight end. And the Longhorns will have a first down. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
Picked up some yardage with that completion, now second down. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Encroachment. Defense.
Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. That last one was just a crushing penalty for this defense. Here comes 2nd and 1. He's looking to throw. He's got his man. Stop just inside the 25. We'll mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a first down. And the Longhorns are on the move.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly. And go.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fires to the big fella. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. After the short completion, it's now second down. They're going to throw it again. Unloads to the wideout. On target to the left. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Longhorns have pushed it inside the 20. Looking for a man. It's Mendez. Finds his big tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. He's got the tight end. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking for a crease. It's Mendez. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. If you don't tip the scales at 3 bills, stay on the sidelines. Big boys in the goal line D. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
Barges ahead. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. And he takes it in the end zone for a touchdown and a little window dressing here at the end of the game.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win. On to next week.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Shakes off the tackler. And that ball's free behind the line. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession. Second down after the offense recovered its own fumble. Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. He unleashes a long one. All kinds of running room. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown. The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a huge play in the passing game, covering 67 yards to the end zone. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't